Welcome to This Week in Real Estate with Jonathan Harmon and Bryan Nale, your local experts on all things real estate in Middle Tennessee. Listen in as they discuss the current state of the market, the latest trends, and have a little fun while doing. We do want to say the opinions voiced on this podcast are for general information only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individuals. All right, y'all. Welcome back to This Week in Real Estate with Jonathan Harmon and Bryan Nale. This is a very special Thanksgiving episode with our guys. Talking.
I guess we're not going to do this next week.
No, and it's also not special because it's the Thanksgiving episode. It's also special because I think it's my first time in the studio in a month.
Yeah, welcome back.
I've been gone, man.
Has it been a month?
We had a week that we took off, and then Brad Hopkins sat in for me for a week. And then last week we came up. We both were here. We were like, maybe we had too much business because we're successful in the real estate business. And
we didn't do it last week?
No, we didn't. You had the thing over at MTSU that you had committed to, and you were like, So you were double booked, and
Lord,
you're like, do you want to do the show by yourself? And I was like, I'm not that attractive, nor am I that smart or entertaining to do a show by myself.
All of which is true.
It is. Hey, let's get into 50-year mortgages.
You're jumping the gun.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're saying you're leading up to it.
Yeah.
I think we should talk about the 50-year
market movers. Trent, take us in.
Headlines.
Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah.
Back at you.
Jonathan, a 50-year mortgage is a good idea.
No. No, they're not.
Can you play devil's advocate?
No.
All right.
No, because they're a really bad idea.
All right. So what makes them a bad idea?
So, all right. So full disclosure, I'm certain that when the 30-year mortgage came out, that there were people like me that also said, no, it's a bad idea.
Terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's do it this way. What is the purpose of even considering a 50-year mortgage?
Affordability.
Okay. Explain.
30-year mortgages with rates where they are, home prices elevated to what they've elevated to. It's expensive from a monthly budget standpoint. So if we can do something to try to help out on the monthly payment, that might make home ownership more attainable, and make it to where more people can afford to buy a home and qualify to buy a home.
Okay. Awesome. Exactly. Now let's talk about this a little bit differently. Okay. The American dream, as it's been defined, is that you buy a home and you plant roots, and that home is more than just a place that you lay your head, right? There's all kinds of things tied to it. We talk about the experiential parts. Home is where the family is, blah, 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 blah. But the other thing that a home has been historically forever, really, as long as we've really been talking about this, is it also happens to be usually the number one asset in someone's net worth, right? Now, you have your investments, your things that you do for retirement funding and things like that. But the housing that you buy, on average, it's going to appreciate 3 to 4%. It's going to appreciate at that rate literally as long as you own it.
And as you own it, you're paying down your principal balance.
Correct.
You're building equity in your home.
So not only is it a roof over your head, but it's like a little savings account that goes along with that can sometimes outpace the market. It definitely, it's stable, right? It's a similar return, if you will, to something like a CD or something along those lines.
Sure.
But simultaneously, it provides all the other intangible things.
Right.
And so it's been a good investment for folks.
There's all kinds of studies that show that children who are raised in a home that their parents own do better. There's better financial outcomes, longer lifespans,
so many
better
pieces.
career earnings, all of these things that come into home ownership.
And part of that, you already touched on this, is that you build equity as you pay. If you have to pay rent or you pay a mortgage, right, you might as well be able to retain some of that value. And even if you don't realize it, even if you never realize it, even if you live there literally the rest of your life and your kids then get the house, then that's a little nest egg that they have.
Oh yeah, and then we can get into the stepped up basis and all this stuff too. But
all of that.
That's another show for another
show.
Conversation.
But if we stretch that out to 50 years, okay, and the product is still the same as it always has been, right? Where we are going to front load that interest, okay? And what always happens is you have a 15-year note, and then you have a 30-year note. The 30-year note rate is going to be higher, right? Because it's a longer time for those investors to realize to
hold that money,
their money,
to keep that money
right.
tied up.
It's a little more dangerous because they're not paying principal down as quickly, right. And then we go to a 50-year note. Again, the rate's going to be a little higher. It's a little bit more dangerous, a little more risky of a product, right? We can predict to some degree of certainty what's going to happen in 5 years. We can predict a little less certainty 10 years and a little less certainty 15. Well, as we get 50 years out, we don't have a clue what's going to happen. So there has to be a little bit higher return on that. So we're stretching, and we're going up in the rate every single time. Well, if we front load that interest on that, on a 30-year note, correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, but on a 30-year note, you don't really start seeing bigger gains in equity until about year 7.
That's when you start to really...
It flips to where you're paying more in principal than in interest. On a 50-year note, if it's done the same way, that number becomes something like 16 years before you start seeing that flip. So think about how most people live in their homes and what they do. The average time that somebody keeps their house is 5 to 7 years now. It used to be 3 to 5, by the way. It's now 5 to 7. Okay, 5 to 7 years. Well, that means that the whole time that you own that house, you're paying mostly interest. You never actually start really paying down the principal, which means that you never start getting those gains, those equity gains in the whole time that you own the house. It is not different, really, than renting it. And I would say that it might even be worse than renting it in some ways, because you've got the upkeep.
You got the costs of homeownership, the maintenance, the yard and upkeep, new HVAC, new plumbing issues.
Here's my question: how much really? I'm sure you're over there crunching numbers. How much really do you save on a monthly basis? I've seen some calculations. And, you're talking about like a normal priced home in our area, that, $400,000 to $500,000 home. You're only talking about like $150 to $200 a month payment difference.
It's not much. It's not much. So
the trade-off is not worth it.
I've done some numbers crunching because I think that it's important to not just hear somebody say these things, but to actually have some data. Jonathan, looked like I had the Da Vinci Code solved over here.
Brian's Codex.
So, and the given rule of thumb, you mentioned this, the interest rates can be higher. So I ran 2 scenarios. One, I guess total of 3 scenarios. A 30-year mortgage at a 6% interest rate on a $400,000 loan amount. Then I ran a 50-year with an 8% rate and a 50-year with a 7% rate. So let's start with...
Is it a 1% spread or is it a 2% spread?
Right. Let's start with the 2% spread. I think that's probably a little high.
It's probably in the middle. It's probably 1.5-ish.
So on the 30-year mortgage at 6%, you're going to pay, and I think you hit a key point. I would never say over the life of the loan, this is how much more in interest you're going to pay, because the life of the loan, 30 years, even if on a 30-year is not.
But it's important because it's important to illustrate just how you don't double the length of the loan, but it more than doubles the total amount of interest.
But to your point, and just for the exercise that we have here, I just did over the first 4 years.
Okay, perfect.
Because over the first 4 years, hopefully you're going to have a chance to refinance, or you're going to sell the home and move.
Sure, I'm down with that.
But to a certain point, you might have trouble selling the home in the first 4 years if you've done the 50-year mortgage.
Because you don't have any equity.
But we'll get back to that. All right. So the 30-year mortgage, you're over the first 4 years, you're going to pay $93,570 in interest. And when I first ran
that's almost 25% of the total amount that you borrowed.
When I first ran this scenario, I was like, that just can't be right. That $93,000, that can't be right. But yeah, I mean, the principal and interest payment on that, it's going to be $2,398 a month, of which $398 that first month is going to go towards principal. So 2,000 times 12, it's going to be about 24,000. You take that out 4 years, and you're going to be right around 93,000 in interest that you've paid over the first 4 years. That's on a 30-year mortgage at a 6% rate. That's 8%
on a 50 then.
I'm trying to figure out what my scratch notes are. Oh yeah, 23,000 the first year. Yeah. All right. So I said that. All right. So now we go to the 8% on a 50-year. Over those first 4 years, you're going to pay $127,511. That's a lot more money over 4 years.
Now we're over 25% of your loan amount.
That is a whole lot of money. Over
it's almost a salary, dude. You're $30,000.
And here's the kicker to me. All right, that first scenario, you're paying $398 a month towards your principal. In this scenario, you're paying $50 a month towards your principal balance.
So the only way that you build equity, the only way you build wealth
is through home appreciation.
And I can't, on a 4-year track record, I can't guarantee that.
Yeah.
A 5-year, historically, we've made money.
Right.
But by the time you take out fees and everything else associated with it, you're going to be stuck in that home. Really, you're going to be stuck in that home.
Probably marry the house, date the rate. You are married to that
8
house
to 10 years
for a long time if you do a 50-year mortgage. So that was
you really
an extreme.
need 2 cycles, is what it would amount to instead of 1.
That's an extreme cycle because I don't think it would be a 2% premium for a 50-year mortgage.
I bet it's 1.5.
So let's say if it's a 1%, okay. Same numbers, $400,000 loan, you're going to pay $111,000 over the first 4 years. And your principal each month is going to be reduced in the neighborhood of about $70 to $73 a month.
You're still under $100 a month.
So
on a what size payment?
Well, what size? It's a $400,000 loan amount. So on a payment, that 30-year mortgage, your payment was $23.98.
Okay.
On the 50-year and I'm going to say this twice so that people could, if anybody's taking notes,
sure, they
can grab your pen, write this down. $23.98 for the 30-year mortgage at 6%. Mm-hmm. At 8%, that 50-year mortgage is $27.17.
It's more.
You're no. Did I get those backwards? It's a $319 a month delta.
Okay. So you got them backwards.
I got them backwards. So $23.98 on the 50-year. So you're saving $319 a month.
That's at a 2% spread.
That's at a 2% spread. On the 1% spread, your monthly payment's $2,406. So that
didn't make sense.
Bear with me, guys. Let me recalculate. All right, so this is why show prep is important,
and this is why he's not allowed to quote actual rates and payments on the air.
Yeah, right. All right, 50-year.
Well,
it's 7.
While he's calculating that, a couple of other things to consider. When we start talking about trying to affect home affordability, one of the things that I was told a long time ago is look at their house and look at your house. So the person that is trying to help you have a more affordable home, look at their house and look at yours. All right, and then always follow the money. Okay, so. I don't know what your numbers are going to be, but let's pretend that it's even a $500 a month savings. And I know it's not going to be, by the way, but let's pretend that it is. Even at that, you don't move forward. All of that payment is going to the bank. It's all going to the bank. I don't know. I don't. And here's what I would tell you also. If you can afford to not do a 30-year, I would tell you not to do a 30-year.
My number's right, man. It's $319 a month more if you're 2% premium. If it's a 1% premium, your payment's about the same. So really, for this to make any sense at all, it can't even be a 1% premium for the longer money.
And that's not going to happen.
But here's the other thing. All right, so the payment and all that stuff. Hopefully, we've illustrated the cost of money over time. But here's the other thing that happens, right? How many, when you got your first car, if you financed your first car, I don't know if you did or not.
No, my first car was a beater.
I'm sure at some point you've had a car loan, hopefully younger in life. Tell me how long of a term you had on your car loan.
This is perfect. So the first car I ever financed, it was a 3 or 4 year note. I can't remember.
Okay.
It was definitely less than 5.
Tell me about the car.
Oh, it was a piece of junk.
Okay.
I mean, ultimately, it was a Ford Focus.
Okay.
And it was great for about 30,000 miles.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't. And when I went to...
Was it new when you bought it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And when I went to sell it, I had lost, 70% of the value of the car.
How much was that car?
Oh, gosh, man. Let's guess 18 grand.
Okay.
I'm old, y'all.
Let's see.
I don't know if it was 18 grand or not, but it was somewhere in that neighborhood.
So those cars now, a new generation model for Ford Focus, they're not making them anymore. It's projected to be $27,000 and $28,000.
Makes sense.
Average car loan now is not a 3 to 4 year loan.
No, it's 5 to 7.
It's 5 to 7. So in my opinion, I think that what we're doing by proposing any kind of system where we're going to improve affordability by lengthening out the period of time that asset, or that, not even really an asset, but that collateral is paid down, the principal balance is paid down. We're only giving ourselves a runway for more price appreciation.
Well, and that's yes, and that's the last point that I was going to make on this, is that if you suddenly say, okay, let's pretend that the math works, right? And let's say that we are able to, by stretching it out, reduce an average monthly payment by, say, $250, right? Forget all the actual numbers. Let's go hypothetical. $250. If I can afford $2,500 a month, but I've just made my payment $2,250, right, by stretching it out, am I going to take the $2,250? No. Human nature, especially American human nature, is to do what? Pay more. Yeah. And if I'm the seller and I know that my house payment should be somewhere around $2,500, what's going to happen to me on the price? Oh, it's more affordable now, so I'm going to raise the price.
The value is going to just bump up.
And look, we saw it. We saw it happen different way, but the same thing happened
with the low rates
in 2019 to 20 whatever. Yeah,
I could buy more house with this lower payment, so I'll buy more house.
And the more people that can afford, the more people get in the market. And if more people are in the market, then the actual item that we're purchasing, the price has to go up.
Accelerates tremendously. And it can happen fast. Mm-hmm. So I think, and this is the downside to taking a couple of weeks off, I think that this has pretty well been squashed. And we're talking about something now that most of our viewing public is probably already like, yeah, we're with you on this. But if anybody is watching this that was hanging on to any kind of hope that this might be a good idea, the only way that it makes sense, and I've heard a guy that I work with, Mike Runyon, say that the only way that this makes sense is if they do some kind of crazy modifications where they only make it eligible for first-time home buyers. There's a 1% premium charge on the front end that can be paid as a seller-paid closing cost, and then they because of that 1% premium on the front end, they're able to shift the amortization so that more does go to principal in the first introductory period of the loan.
But banks are not altruistic.
No.
So why would they do this?
And again, that might work from an affordability standpoint until prices go up because of it.
Right.
And that yin and that yang is always going to play out in the favor of exactly who's holding the strings.
Well, and again, investors, banks, people that would buy mortgage-backed securities, they're not altruistic.
They want money. They want to get paid for their risk.
So the only way that they're going to get paid in that scenario that you just laid out is if it's subsidized. And guess what? If it's subsidized, it's a bad product.
Yeah. Did you still need a pen?
No.
Okay. I think we're done with this. I will tell you one thing, though, since that has flown more under the radar that I think would be phenomenal for the housing industry would be there is discussion of removing the loan level price adjustments for second homes. So used to be that second homes, you had to put down 10%. Could only be a conventional mortgage. You couldn't do it with FHA or any of the other government-backed programs. So conventional loan, you had to put down 10%, and your pricing was going to be the same as if you were buying your first home. So if you wanted to buy a vacation home, or maybe you spend half of your time in Nashville, and then your other half of your month is spent in Little Rock or Lexington or Memphis, you could have a second home, further away from your first home, so that you could have a
100-mile rule on
generally,
there.
Yeah. And so that could be the reason for a second home. But what happened when rates were so low was that many investors, many regular Joes saw how affordable mortgage payments would be on a second home, and they would buy a second home in the mountains or at the beach. And we may go and use it sometimes, but we're buying that to try to make money on it.
That's what I was going to ask. How do you determine investment versus
So
second home.
the rule is, and the rule still is that you cannot sign over control of the property to where you can't stay in it. So like if you sign up with one of those vacation rental places where you only get to use your house 1 week out of the year,
you got to run it through the same.
That's an investment property.
Okay.
If it's, but if you are running it yourself and you can go anytime you want to go, and you will spend some portion of the year. That's what it says, is some portion of the year. It doesn't define how many days, some portion of the year. So if you, so the barrier is pretty low there for a lot of people to buy a second home, but they tagged on these loan level price adjustments to where it was priced much more similarly to investment properties to buy second homes. And where I've seen this show up in real life is for people who are trying to navigate a cross country move. So like, hey, we're going to move to Middle Tennessee from North Carolina. We aren't planning on moving into the house for 6 months, but it's gonna become our primary residence. We're not investing it. We're not renting it out. We're just buying it now because we know that my wife's about to finish school, and when she does, Nashville's going to be where we want to go.
Maybe they got to do some work to it. Maybe
we don't have the job yet, but we can qualify based on what we're making right now. This is where we want to be, so we can qualify to have both houses at the same time, and everything works great, except that we're pricing that family out, or priced like it's an investment property when it's not.
So it's a 1.5 to 2 points.
It's a big difference, and where it really shows up is in the fees on the front end. So if those loan level price adjustments go away, then that would be removed from the market. I think that would be great. I think that'd be wonderful for anybody who's just trying to buy a vacation home, a legitimate, vacation home, and or one of those scenarios where they're trying to navigate a move and they're not going to be able to move into it, because if it's a primary residence, you sign an affidavit that says you're going to move into it within 60 days.
Is it 60?
I've got
30.
somebody right now who is doing exactly what I said, and they are moving from North Carolina to Middle Tennessee, and had to qualify with just and they had to make a decision. What are we going to do? Are we going to go ahead and move and then try to find a job when we get there? Well, if we do that, and you go into contract, you're at the mercy of the job market. And if you don't find the job and you quick enough, or anything goes wrong, all of a sudden you could lose the contract. So they ended up being able to get a co-signer to navigate their move, and go ahead and make the move, and she can quit a job and come here and find a job. It would have been easier if we could have just qualified for it as a second home.
Gotcha. Interesting. Huh, good stuff.
Yeah. So cool. We completely dispelled and squashed any prospects of a 50-year mortgage, which is pretty much what we've been done. But hopefully the second half of the market movers was something that was more, maybe not as well known of a circumstance.
Well, and it's interesting you brought up the cars. So you can go back and study that and look at that. As soon as it started stretching out, you saw massive inflation on car prices.
Absolutely.
So that's what will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it chicken or egg? Because I think there was massive appreciation in car prices during COVID when there was shortages. Did
they started stretching it way before that. Did terms
stretch out? They started stretching them way before that, because you saw more 5 and 6 year. Now you're seeing the 7, sometimes even 8 year repayments on cars. Which, I mean, the car's not going to last you 7 or 8 years.
And even if it does, you're losing value the whole time, and you're paying. So your value proposition is doing this.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Trent, we got a This Is Real.
Yep. This one's so close to being good.
Why wouldn't you just turn the TV off?
So close to being
All right,
good.
so 2 things. Turn the TV off.
Yep.
Turn the fan off.
Yep.
So thankfully, I'm thankful for my friend Sam Gordon. And Sam takes incredible pictures, real estate pictures. And Sam would never, ever have let this fly. So there's a few things that Sam would have fixed in this. He would have turned the TV off. He would have turned the fan off. He would have made the shades match. So notice these are up and these are open.
Yeah.
He would have taken those and tilted them just slightly this way. And then I don't know, you got weird perspective. It looks like the house is leaning this way.
It's got
a slight angle. Yeah.
The tile lines make a big difference. So if you'd have rotated this around a little bit, either direction really, you'd have probably
or just held the camera level,
fixed it. Well, the camera probably is level. It's probably on a tripod.
So I mean the quality of the photography. He's got the soft lighting, got all that stuff going on. But do you notice that old school phone on the table by the couch?
Oh yeah.
So like this is a recently taken photograph. It looks absolutely very photoshopped and altered and highlighted or whatever, like you see a lot of.
Oh yeah, the color saturation is up.
Yeah, but man, that like it tells me that there's people hanging on to the '90s there and the with that cordless telephone.
Two other things. Okay, we're picking this one apart. Red Solo cup.
I'll lift you up. Let's have a party.
And the photographer is in the picture.
He sure is.
Or she, I don't know, can't tell.
Oh, in the mirror?
In the painting or whatever is hanging there. Oh, you see him there with their...
Yeah. I think that they had a party at this house. I mean, there's a balloon, like is that a happy birthday balloon, and then the red Solo cup. Like
that balloon's been there long enough. It's got vines growing up it though.
Yeah. I mean, it's an arrangement. I think that's an arrangement.
This one, yeah.
That's a good one.
All right. They tried.
Do you know what I love? You know what I love about this? This is actually like most of the time, these pictures are just so obnoxious and it's just like, oh, train wreck. This is a case study in like just the like the little details that can make a huge difference.
This is what we need more of.
Yeah.
Let's pick this one apart. I mean, it is probably the best one you've ever showed us.
By far. I was like, this almost works.
It's real close.
Real close.
Real close.
Oh, that's great.
What show are they watching, by the way? Can we tell?
Oh, bro. Is that Honey Boo Boo or something?
Is that Lisa Jones? Is that the name on the screen?
I have no idea.
You can read that?
No.
That's what I was asking. Like it says Jones, but maybe that's power of suggestion.
That's hilarious.
All right, what's next?
Thanksgiving special.
Thanksgiving special. This is going to be great. Shout out to Missy. No, I don't. Shout out to Missy for coming up with this. But we're going to do a face-off dad joke type thing like you've seen all over social media. But dad jokes, Thanksgiving edition.
Stretching this out so I don't laugh.
Trying not to laugh. Man, I should have.
And we didn't write the jokes. No. We did not bring in the jokes.
Other than Jonathan cheating and reading 2 or 3 of them in advance. Maybe all of them.
I didn't read all of them.
I haven't seen any of them.
I read 3 of them. And I don't know how many's on there. 1, 2, 4, 8 of them.
All right. Well, you go first.
I go first.
Read me a joke.
The problem is if I already know the joke, I'm more likely to laugh at it.
Well, and
I'm just telling you.
Well, and you can time the delivery to really get me to laugh. There's a lot of reasons you
I'm not very good at that. But here we go. You ready? We're just doing one at a time and then go back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did the turkey bring a microphone?
I don't know.
He was ready to roast.
Okay.
What do you call a turkey the day after Thanksgiving?
I have a couple of ideas. I don't know.
Lucky.
That's a good one. Which side of a turkey has more feathers?
I don't know.
The outside.
Yes. What?
Yeah, I can't believe that got me.
Oh, man.
It's really just
I need the
ridiculousness of doing this that got me on. All right.
Oh, wait. Okay.
What's a turkey's favorite month?
December.
They don't have one, but they prefer any other than November.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
That was not a good joke.
Hey, Brian. Is that your pop-up timer, or are you just happy to see me?
I'm always happy to see you. What sound does a turkey phone make?
I don't know.
Wing, wing, wing.
It's a good one. What do you get when you cross a turkey with a centipede?
Turkey-pede?
Drumsticks for everyone. You always fight over the drumstick.
That many legs.
Yeah. It's not good when you got to just explain it.
No. What did the turkey say to the turkey hunter on Thanksgiving Day?
Not me.
Quack, quack.
That one almost got me.
Did you know that the ducks?
Oh no, you can't follow up.
No, this is a story.
Oh, okay.
The ducks in Lynchburg that get in the stream that comes out of the cave where all the Jack Daniels water comes out of. We did a tour, and the lady was like, "These ducks, they don't say quack quack. They say drink Jack, drink Jack."
That's funnier than the rest of them. Does that count? Do I get a point against me?
I at least get a point for like a
but
like,
you get two. That's not fair. Cheater. All right. Drink Jack. Yeah, that. I like that one. All right, here we go. Why did the turkey stand on stilts?
I don't know.
Because no one eats flamingos for dinner.
There's no meat on the bones of a leg of a flamingo. That's a good point. Why did the farmer have to separate the chicken and the turkey?
No idea.
He sensed foul play.
What kind of turkey requires ID?
I don't know.
Wild turkey. That's close.
What key has legs and cannot open a door?
Turkey.
Yeah, that one was easy.
Softball. Slam that one.
Yeah.
What did the turkey say when he met the president?
Here's $2 million. Can you pardon me?
You're close. Pardon me. Yeah. You went for the.
I went for the bribe.
It would work. Yeah, probably. $2 million's not enough though.
Why did they let the turkey join the band?
I don't know.
He had his own drumsticks.
It's a good one. Last one. How does the turkey travel?
With his wings?
On the gravy train, baby.
What happened to the turkey that got in a fight?
I'm lost on that one. Sorry. What happened to the turkey that got in a fight? I don't know.
Got the stuffing knocked out of him.
It's a good one. Oh, we tied.
Brian did good. I think Brian wins.
What?
Now I laughed so much.
I don't know.
I think Jonathan had better jokes. I did bring my own joke into the equation, which I think I get some bonus points for.
I think you get disqualified for that. Yeah, you totally get a DQ on that one.
Oh, that was
This
funny.
has been fun.
Oh man,
That was good.
It's a good one.
We might need.
Well, happy Thanksgiving. For anyone who watches this show on a regular basis, or if you continue for your first time, we appreciate you. We appreciate you watching. Appreciate the trust and the confidence you have with your own real estate questions, or if you have any questions, or if your family, friends, loved ones have any questions, we'd appreciate the trust that you place in us with those referrals, and appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you too,
Appreciate
buddy.
you, Missy.
Yeah, back
Appreciate
at
you.
ya.
And if you
Lots
don't
of
watch the
appreciation.
show, I don't appreciate you. So that's not
I
true.
feel like there's
I
a
do.
Ricky Bobby line in there.
Yeah,
Probably
probably.
watch This
somewhere.
Week in Real Estate. Baby.
Yeah.
If you don't
Do we have anything else? Are we doing anything else, or is that it?
I think that's it.
I think we kind of did it.
All right, bring it in
Happy
for landing.
Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll see you the week after. Good times. We appreciate y'all. We got a lot to be thankful for, as we already said. Thankful for y'all. Thankful for all the things.
Hey, since we're not doing a show, did you end it already?
No.
Since we're not doing a show next Thursday, Cedar Glade's having a Black Friday event.
There you go.
So on the 28th, we're opening at 6 a.m. And by we, I mean I'm opening at 6 a.m. So Full of Baloney's going to be here serving breakfast. We got beer specials all day long. We got an artist coming in that's going to do some cool stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come visit us. I mean, who wants to drink beer at 6 a.m.? Me? Yeah. Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Amen.
All right. Cheers.
We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Oh, hang on. Oh, dear.
The wild turkey one got you.
Yeah,
You weren't gonna.
because I like bourbon.
My guy just called me back.
Thank you for listening to another episode of This Week in Real Estate with Jonathan Harmon and Bryan Nale, your go-to resource for all things real estate in Middle Tennessee. Be sure to like, share, follow, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review. We will see y'all on the next one.
Now for the nitty gritty. Premise Mortgage Company is a subsidiary of Premise Bank, member FDIC. Premise Mortgage MLS number 1894879, BK number 104-289-389, ML number 1894879. As always, are subject to credit approval and product guidance. Equal housing lender.